Good morning. Once again, welcome back to Shalom classes. This is Titus. Today we are going to look point number 3 or the part 2. For 10th class, the book First Flight. Poem number 3, Ask for Cbse Board. In my first video lecture, I told you the summary of the chapter and the appeal of the poet. Then I told you about three states of the poem. So first, the poet takes us to the Jew. Then after he takes us to the forest. Then after 1 second he brings us to the Jew. Then after we have discussed what the poet wants for the tiger and what should be our duty for the natural animals or especially for the tiger. Today we will look all stanzas. There are 5 stanzas. So first stanza and fourth, fifth stanza, these are the condition of the tiger when it is in the zoo. Then after we may see the condition of the tiger when it is in his natural habitat or when it is in the forest. All are discussed in stanza number 2 and stanza number 3. Stanza wise, I will read the stanza, then I will explain you what is the depth meaning of the stanza. So, if the video will be a little bit long, so don't be discouraged. So, be patient and try to complete this video with patience fully. So, let me read for you the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid strips, the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet white in his quiet rage. The tiger in the zoo works in a limited place or a limited place that provided it in the cage. It takes a few steps for ahead and 1 second it comes back to its shell. There are strips on its body which are quite permanent. Its paws are soft like velvet. No noise is produced when it walks on its pad of velvet. The tiger is silent but in anger. It seems to be silent in the zoo, but inside of it becomes anger. But it doesn't appear its angriness. The second stanza is like this. He should be lurking in shadows, sliding through long grasses near the waterhole where plump deer pass. The poet suggests that the cage is not a proper place for tiger. It is not a natural habitat for him. Usually, tigers are found sitting under a long grass near a stream. As soon as they see their prey like deer coming, they slide silently through the long grasses and kill them. The poet wants to convey that the tiger should be there in the forest in its natural habitat. When it is in the in the forest, it never depends for his food to other because it has power, it has strength, it can hunt its prey because it always stay in a shadow place nearby stream and he was going with hiding near of his prey. When it reached to the prey, and finally he pounced upon it and took it and ate it. That is the robbery activity of the tiger, but that never seen in the Jew. Unfortunately, sometime happened it when some misdeeds are there, like Delhi. Before, I think 5 years ago, a, boy has fell down in front of the tiger cage, and the tiger has been killed to the boy. That is, sometimes it happens, but because of unfortunate and because of our misleadings, or how, what I can say, that when we do something mistake. But now you see there, when it is in the forest, what it does, some other things we missed. The third stanza, he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his clowns, terrorizing the village, especially when it is in the forest, or if there is any village surrounding or nearby the forest. So when it went to near of village, or when it looks the people, it shows its sharp teeth, and it shows its crown, as the people may fear to him. That's natural thing, and it happens. The poet then gives another suggestion that the tiger should be sitting at the jungle's edge in close vicinity of the village. He should be terrorizing the people, or passing that way by its sharp teeth, or bearing its claws and producing low sound of anger. When it is in the jungle, or when it is in his natural habitat, no one can dare to face it, or no one can dare to go near it, because if they will go, definitely a dangerous thing will happen, that they know very clearly. Now the fourth stanza, what says? But he locked in a concrete shell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. You know, the poet here says, the poet now shows deep sympathy at the tiger when it is in the zoo. It has been kept in a cell that made with the concrete. The wall very strong, and the shell that was made by iron, that is also very strong. He stays there having a limited place, or here the poet says, we have bound its strength inside of the shell of the Jew. It cannot show its original power or its real power. That is something in humanity. Here the poet says that is something in humanity. We are supposed to leave him free in his natural habitat. That the poet here says. I will read for you. The poet says that the tiger's strength is locked behind the bars. He shows no interest in looking at the visitor rather he keeps on stucking in the limited space of the cage. There are several visitors day by day, they are coming and they are watching, but he never pays attention to the visitors. Inside of the angry, or he was, or he is sitting there with having angry that he cannot show to us. Let us look stanza or the last stanza of this poem. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant star. Okay, this is the last stanza. Here, the poet wants to convey us, or the poet once again wants to make understand to his reader. Okay, the tiger is sitting in the cage and feeling unpleasant and restless. When it is in the zoo, it feeling unpleasant because already we have discussed this is not his place, or this is not his natural place. This is just like a bondage place, or we kept it for our entertainment or for our self, not for his self or not for his benefit. Owners of the Jew, they are getting on a benefit, or but the tiger is not getting any benefit by that activities because he feel always helpless and he feels always strengthless because he cannot show his strength in front of the visitors or in the Jew. Here the poet says the last time the patrolling cars also that goes there by the Jew authorities, even he does not pay interest. He does not pay interest toward them. In the midnight, he looked to the star, to the above, with having silent but inside of angry. Here the poet says, the poet raises a moral issue here. He intended to present the strong case against the cruelty. The strong case is just like a cruelty for the tiger. So let us look the poetic device. So some imaginary words are there. What is the imaginary word? The phrase lurking in shadow. Lurking in shadow, this is the imaginary word, or that creates a word picture of some danger, hovering for the animal who has come to drink water. This is the this is the imaginary word. Then other such word picture are sliding through, and pump deer. Pump deer means fire deer. Sliding through means by hiding under the tall grasses. This is a poetic device. So I hope you have understood very clearly. I have a little bit, I can speak Hindi, but I cannot speak Hindi very well. If you need any Hindi video, just you can suggest me. But it would be very hard for me to make Hindi video. Anyway, there are several channels, those who are running Hindi video, and you can watch there. As for English experience, you can watch my video. So friends, before leaving my class, I would like to request you subscribe my channel and also put the bell icon and If it is possible, if you have liked, so you can put the like button also. Thank you. May God bless you.